Hello guys, S2W here as your average consumer with your casual consumer's review. For this sneaker pickup, it's from a low-key brand that not a lot of general consumers will go to immediately when buying shoes. Everyone should have at least heard of this brand though. This brand is Reebok, the global athletic footwear and apparel business founded in England. Fun little fact, Reebok is a subsidiary of Adidas now. In other words, Adidas owns Reebok, so if you see products that are alike between the companies, now you know why. Now the weather is getting warmer here in Toronto, Ontario of Canada, and a common colorway that footwear companies push out during this season is multicolor. So as you can probably guess by now, a shoe from Reebok that just released recently with a multicolor silhouette? That's right, I currently have the Reebok Zoku Runner Ultraknit Multicolour here for a review. Reebok only introduced this sneaker model early March of 2017 with 5 different minimalistic colorways, in which they have also created a collaborative pair with American rapper Future to market the model. This shoe is distinctive because 1. The sneaker is completely new, and 2. The upper technology used on this shoe is Reebok's first time launching it into the market, featuring an all-new knit upper and modern designs that I will hopefully review it well for you guys. Now let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Following suit of larger brands, Reebok jumped into the world of knit uppers. This Zoku Runner is a brand new shoe from Reebok that introduced their version of interwoven fabric, the Ultraknit. This new technology from Reebok is their top of the line method of knitting fused yarn to create a breathable, flexible, and lightweight sock fitting upper that envelops our feet, which is essentially like what Prime Knit is from Adidas or Flyknit from Nike. On the Zoku Runner, they created this one-piece upper by interweaving several different colored knits to create this beautiful multicolor shade on this shoe. Although in hand, the shading does look darker than what I've expected, but the clever design to incorporate white knit in between the shades to tone down the shoe works pretty well in my opinion. By touch, this Ultraknit is not smooth and rather feels bumpy like the texture of a scarf, so it does feel like the knit will fray or fuzz up more easily with wear because of how the fabric is knitted. The knit is flexible though, which will comfortably sit and hug around your feet, but I personally would not say they are as stretchy or elastic as Prime Knit from Adidas though. The lateral side and medial side mirrors each other visually, but if we move up towards the shoe, you do see a white translucent TPU midfoot panel here that stretches towards the back of the shoe, which also acts as the lacing system for the white rope blades to thread through, tightening up the whole sneaker while offering some structure to the midfoot section of this sneaker. Because it's see-through, it creates a very nice illusionary muted look that further tones down the flashy multicolored knit by balancing it with the clean and diluted white color of the cage. On the lateral side, this cage has a carved out rectangular window where a piece of white knit is sewn there instead of the multicolored knit. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I'm just going to assume it's an extra visual aesthetic rather than for a functional purpose. Under the rope laces, we will see that they slapped on a white plastic coating that displays the Reebok logo on it, placing its first branding on the sneaker. The collar of this shoe also features a sock-like collar fit that wraps around your ankles much like the Adidas City Socks or Adidas NMD R1 Prime Knits. This ankle collar is stretchy, prepared to fit and adjustable for ankles of all different sizes and width. At the back of the shoe, there is a piece of white heel tab with a small pull tab extending out at the top that helps the wearer put on the shoes with ease. Further secured by a piece of white leather heel panel that has the Reebok branding embossed onto the lateral side, which is the second subtle hint of branding on this shoe. This panel offers additional structure and stability to the back of the sneaker, giving a better lockdown secured fit at the heel section. As for the midsole of the shoe, it features their popular DMX light foam cushioning that absorbs impact softly and responsively, ultimately delivering a long-lasting yet compressible padding under our feet. Inside the sneaker, there is a soft textile inner lining heel counter, strengthening the knit further internally at the back of the sneakers, and mostly minimalizing heel slippage while providing a little bit more padding at the back. The shoe does come with red Ortholite insoles on each shoe, with Reebok's branding at the heel portion. These fabulous insoles give great soft cushioning on its own, also found on the extremely comfortable Adidas EQT 9317 Boost shoes. Whether the insoles are removable or not is debatable, as the insole does seem to have a layer of glue on the underside, so it does feel like it's not supposed to come out. Flipping over the shoe, we have a surprising 2-part rubber outsole made out of 2 different materials. The white cushioning with round nubs is the softer section of the outsole that's part of the DMX foam midsole. The other is a creamish white rubber plate added on to the front and heel section of the shoe, which is engraved with rough and bumpy patterns that will surely provide additional traction against the floor. At the heel plate, Reebok's branding is carved on the surface to label the shoe with another branding. Anyways, here are some Reebok Zoku Runner Multicolour fit footage. Fit wise, I have wide feet for reference. I was very interested in this shoe but was unfortunately not able to buy them at my true to size, so I did buy these at my half size up. It is a bit too long for me, but in my opinion, it's not to the point that it's unwearable, so I'll be alright with it. But my recommendation is if you have narrow feet, I feel like you should go down half a size, and for people with wide feet, stay true to size. Beware though, it might not be the most flattering looking shoe for wide feet people, as you will see a lot of spillage at the side of the shoe, as you can notice how much is spilling out even at my half size up. Comfort wise, I was genuinely surprised. It's not as soft as something like Adidas's Boost cushioning or air cushioning on the new Nike Vapor Max, but it's compressive enough that I would say it's softer than something like the Adidas Alpha Bounce. I personally would pick these over the Adidas NMD at this point, to be honest, if you can only buy one pair of shoes. Why? Because price wise, this shoe was only 150 Canadian dollars before tax. For a shoe that's constructed with similar modern material to its competitors, you should definitely give this shoe a try. There could be sales going on for this shoe in other colorways because it's not hyped at all and pretty low key. Many boutiques here in Canada still have this multi-colorway for sale, and even online at Reebok.ca, they still have stock online, so it hasn't sold out yet. These shoes look great in my opinion, but a lot of people have been putting this shoe aside because it looked like the Kith Ultra Boost Mid. But let's be real, unless you pay for ridiculous resale money for those Kith Ultra Boost, you'll never be able to get them. And from experience, Kith Ultra Boost Mids have a very tight sock collar, so if you are not a fan of snugness around your ankles, these Reebok Zoku Runners could be an excellent alternative. Although the Ultraknit on this shoe doesn't seem to feel as well constructed as Prime Knit, and the foam midsole does not come close to the compression found on Boost, these are still a very comfortable pair of sneakers for casual wear at the price that it offers. The closest sneaker that I feel the comfort of the Zoku Runner is similar to is the Nike Presto Ultra Flyknit. But even those Prestos will ring you up at $200 Canadian before tax at regular price. So if you think about it, value wise in my opinion, these Reeboks are surprisingly a great option if you are looking for a lifestyle sneaker that's not seen on the streets regularly. I should also note that these Reeboks sit a lot lower to the ground, so if you are a fan of feeling close to the ground with surprisingly compressive midsoles, this shoe is pretty great for that. As always, throw me some likes if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments if you think that these Zoku Runners is something that might interest you in the future. That's it for today, S2W signing off.